CelebrityDildo.com.
To all you thoughts that ain't getting it, this is where the website you need to go. We just gave you a plug. CelebrityDildos.com.
CelebrityDildo.com, yes. I believe it's Steve who we're going to be chatting with.
If you want a baby by Drake, go to CelebrityDildo.com.
And he's not connected. Call failed. Well, let's try him again.
Maybe they haven't paid their bill. Ain't sold enough dildos. This is where the website you need to go. We just gave you a plug.
They're listening.
Hello, hey Jiggy.
Hey, what's up, sir? How are you?
Want a baby by Drake.
I'm good, mate. How are you?
You know, it's funny to hear Terrence Hayes, but it's funny to hear him in replay. That's
Oh my god.
That's kind of interesting.
I think I just found the website.
Ain't sold enough dildos. This is where the website you need to go. We just gave you a plug.
I just gave you a plug.
Hey Jiggy.
Hey, what's up? So let's do this. You know, it's funny to hear Terrence Hayes, but it's funny to hear him in replay. Is it me that's feeding back, or is it you guys listening to the show that's feeding back?
It's them listening to the show feeding back,
think
because I can hear it.
Yes. I think they're listening to us, listening to them.
Probably so.
They're mad.
So
No, they're probably pretty happy. You just gave them a plug.
let's do. Yeah,
Yes!
we're giving them a lot of plugs here.
Give them a lot of plugs.
So, is it me that's feeding back, or is it you guys? Oh my God! What is going on here? I need to figure this out. Let me see if there's a problem on our end or their end. There we are. There we are. Okay, we fixed it. Yes, I fixed it on my end too. So.
Yes. What?
So.
How's things?
Now, first of all, tell us a little bit about Celebrity Dildo. Because when I saw you guys 2 years ago at the AVN Awards in Las Vegas, it was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Did you take a unit home? Did you take one of the boys home?
No, we did not, but we did
I hope you wouldn't.
We
I hope
did.
you
We
wouldn't take one
We
home.
did a video interview of me.
And if you took a dildo home, I'm going to roast your ass.
We had basically
One. Who do you want out of Beckham and out of the ones that we've done?
Did he say something about bacon?
do not have a bacon dildo.
Yeah, I think you did an interview with the girl that was helping us out there.
Yes, and Bob Hunter handed me 2 dildos, and he told me to wave them around during the interview. And I was waving these dildos around, and he goes, perfect. And so we...
I hope you washed your hands. Who knows what those dildos have been?
She did well. She'd only been there for like 5 minutes. That's how long she'd known about the product, and that's how long we'd known her for. And then she was doing interviews. I think she did like 3 in a row. First 5 minutes she was there, so she handled herself pretty well.
So are you from?
Yeah, the product's good. So we've just been.
Are you from Australia?
Yeah.
Derek Scaife detected an accent.
What happened?
Are you from Australia?
I am from Australia.
Damn, I'm
Did
good.
you pick up the accent?
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah?
Damn, I'm good.
Well done.
Derek Scaife, you the real MVP.
No. They actually did teach us something in public school, just not the right shit.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Black History Month was taught to you in May because they knew school was getting out in May.
Right shit.
So who are the other guys I'm talking to? Jiggy?
Well, we have.
What the hell is that shit on the website?
We have me. We have Derek Scaife. We have Terrence Hayes, or as I call him, the funniest man in America.
Yeah.
If I do go to the AVN, I got to do a show in Las Vegas next year.
And I got a comedian that could probably help us out with that. You get with Dark Mark and do the whole thing.
We will work on that.
So, we also have Jay Bird Wells, who is also patrolling your website right now. What?
He said dildo, so I had to look at
She's going to buy 3 of them right now as we speak.
No worries.
She saw something she liked. That's why she's smiling.
I'm in a room full of guys, and I'm the only woman here.
Yeah, they definitely got some.
That's enough penis to go around.
That's enough penis in the room.
Just don't tell nobody.
So while she's browsing the website, tell us about the Celebrity Dildo website.
She's wet right now.
Yeah, look, we basically launched. You said 2 years ago, but it's really 1 year ago. Basically, it was last, January 2016.
Yes.
And it was a pretty rushed launch. I mean, we difficult products to make, and we were sort of cutting it right up to the last minute. But the show went really, really well for us, and met a lot of great people there. It was our sort of, we popped our cherry in the industry.
Did he say pop that cherry? What the fuck? Really? Did you pop that cherry and then wash it down with a Foster's? Australian for beer?
Too busy, mate. Just pop. That's it. That's all we had time for. But
I gotta ask you a question.
Go, Terry.
Ask you a question. What was your favorite Crocodile Dundee movie?
Hey.
Jesus.
My favorite what?
Crocodile Dundee movie.
That is so fucking racist.
Oh my God.
That's not. I just want to ask someone from Australia. I never talked to somebody from Australia, and I always wanted to ask him that question.
Stereotypical.
How many? There's two. So you're asking me if I like number one or number two?
Yes, correct.
Number one.
Classic.
Is that because he says that no, now this is a knife?
Yeah, look, to be honestly, it's like it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
Damn.
Goddamn. At least he's being honest.
At least he's being honest.
So Paul Hogan used to have a TV series in Australia, and it was hysterical. Like I grew up.
Is he related to Hulk Hogan? No, wait a second, brother.
He's
nope.
not related to Hulk Hogan.
No, he might be.
Let him
might
finish.
be.
Let him finish. Go, my man.
Yeah. So Crocodile Dundee number one, mate. You finally got to ask. What about you? Number one or two?
Yeah.
Me?
One or two.
I actually liked two.
Neither.
Yeah.
like them all.
There was only two.
There's three.
Oh, there is three. There's actually three. There's actually three.
There's actually three.
I didn't even know there were three. Shit. There you go.
I think you've been in America too long, man. So I got another question for you. In Australia, I know that you guys have all the wildlife like dingoes and kangaroos and anything like that. What is the most dangerous animal in Australia? So I know not to go.
Oh, gee, man.
There's
That
a lot.
too.
There's a fucking lot.
I ride a crocodile to work every day.
Yeah. Which animal do you not fuck with in Australia?
None of them, really.
woman.
Mate, there's so many, man.
I like koala bears.
Spiders, like, everything can kill you. Even koala bears. They're really
Everything
vicious.
can kill you.
It's really true.
Like spiders. We've got spiders, snakes.
Actually, like going to
deadly
Australia.
bugs, shark, great
you
white
going
sharks.
swimming,
Probably
you're
a great
taking a
white shark.
chance of just dying. When you just go for a little dip in the swim in the pool, you're taking a chance of dying in Australia.
You know what? I ain't even gonna do it.
It's worse than Africa.
Jiggy, you're not going to the deepest dark part of Africa.
It's worse than fucking Africa, man.
Damn. I won't be going to Australia no time soon. Checklist off.
I think we've got the most deadly, the largest number of deadly, deadly animals. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, you constantly.
That's
on
crazy
guard.
because the most deadliest animal in America is the police.
Yeah.
Probably so.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
So
Did you go to the?
Getting back
To the dildos.
Getting back to the dildos.
Are they made out of plastic or wood?
I got a question
Jay,
about the dildos.
Jump in there and ask him your questions.
Are they made out of plastic or wood?
Hello?
What are the dildos made out of?
Sorry, you just cut out.
She's asking because she's curious.
Yeah, they're medical grade silicon. So we spent sort of probably 2 years developing the color application technique that we used to make sure that it's safe. So, there've been attempts before this, and it's basically the people just painting over silicon and over toxic, it's not policed that well. So especially out of China, a lot of places like that, you get attempts for similar sort of looking dildos, and so I spent quite a lot of time in China, and it was a lot of hard work, but we got there in the end. So basically, the coloured dildos that you see on the website are just as safe as no colour. So
okay, so So we're talking with the creative. I guess you would be the creative director.
Yes, that's right.
Creative director and founder of Celebrity Dildo, Steve. CelebrityDildo.com is the website. So tell me, how many celebrities? How does the process work? Because I know that when Bob Hunter attempted to humiliate me last year when we were doing the interview, which, by the way,
shout out to Bob Hunter.
Attempting to humiliate me, I have no problem humiliating myself. I do not need any help. I had the Rock dildo. I had the Rock dildo, or as they call it,
the Rock. You talking about Dwayne
the cock?
The cock. Yeah, there's
the cock. Yeah.
There's Buckham. Buckham, is it? I say that right? Buckham.
Yeah,
Buckham.
That's right.
Are they supposed to look like them, or are they supposed to be their penises?
No, it's supposed to look like them.
It's right here.
Oh.
See, Jay's holding up the.
Yeah. No.
I don't know about that one, yo. I don't know about that one.
Basketballs, soccer balls for butts.
I thought it
Yep.
was, I thought it was like the idea that I was pitching.
Really detailed.
Do you remember the idea?
Definitely. And all the features. Apparently, the noses are a masterstroke.
Do you know what you?
That's all
Say that
all
again.
the feedbacks.
Okay,
Sorry?
yeah. Run that by one more
Say
time.
that again.
You perked
So
Jay's interest.
The main feedback. It's been really good. So to when you first see them, they're quite unusual, and a lot of people think the novelty. We wanted to bridge that gap of novelty and functionality. So that, you could spend money on a premium toy and either as an avid collector or
Yes.
use it. It's meant to be used. So and not just waste your cash on a useless novelty item that you have a laugh at for 24 hours and then just goes in the bin. So that was the idea behind doing it. So sort of. Yeah.
He bought dildo bins. What?
Dude, I didn't even know that fucking exists. I thought you just go to a fucking strip club and just find a bunch of dudes or something.
And just get it going.
Get it going.
Now,
I
okay.
know from the conversation we had last week, I can sit there and say this. So is the nose supposed to hit the G spots?
Yeah, the nose hits. Places not many other toys are hitting because of the shape of it and the geometric sort of style.
It gives a new term to that. What was it? The Humpty Dance?
Yeah.
The nose will tickle your rear.
Yeah. Well,
it gives a new meaning to that.
I would have thought celebrity dildos. You would have had some celebrity sign on and been castrating their penises.
Yeah, more.
Well, see, this is something else, so sure. and we're talking with Steve, the founder and creative director of Celebrity Dildo, CelebrityDildo.com.
That would be dope. People bitches about it all day.
Have you thought about maybe approaching like celebrities and having them like do casts of their dildos and doing it that way?
Man, you would make a fucking ton.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's already been. There's plenty of companies that are doing that and doing it really well, and it's not something that we. Yeah, that's on our radar. So if a celebrity wants to do that, there's places they can go and do it straight away. Like Doc Johnson or whatever. They do a lot of it.
Okay, so take me through this process of how do we how do you make the dildo? Like, what do you have like with the Rock one? Did you get like did you have an artist sketch this out? How did you go from making
a dildo look like the Rock?
Making a dildo look like the Rock.
Yes, so I did all the creative for like everything that you see on the site, and I built the site and designed the toys. So I did. I worked with a 3D artist in the UK, and I actually tried 5 or 6 3D artists, and they all failed. They either just quit halfway through; it was too difficult. And then we spent sort of 3 or 4 weeks working on the Buckham model. And the guy, the 3D modeler, he's worked at Pixar, and he said at the end, it's the hardest thing he's ever had to build, just because of just merging the two, just to try and make a person into a dick shape, and keep the phallic sort of dimensions and everything was really quite tricky. And then what we wanted to do was we developed a way to to apply the colour, so that you don't need 50 Picassos painting a face on every toy. So it's almost like a colour by numbers, if you will. So it's mapped out in a certain way that is really easy to manufacture, and anyone can sort of jump in and do it easily. Because at the moment, it's all hand detail. So even veins, veins are drawn on by hand. And it's really quite delicate work, and you need someone. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the vein station at Doc Johnson. Have you seen that picture going around? I actually went and met them and saw it firsthand. It was quite funny.
So you put these celebrity dildos together. What was the reaction from ABN last year and even the ABNs this year?
Yeah, so look, we were nominated for an award this year, so that was pretty epic. We did not expect to be nominated, so it was a really big surprise for us, and a welcome surprise, very humbling, and it was nice to be sort of recognised in that way. With our first toy we ever made, really, we took a lot of units because we had a different idea of what the ABN show would be like. We were told that we could sell to the public and so on, and then when we got there, we realised the 90% were just guys there to meet their favourite porn stars, and some families. I saw families there lining up to get autographs. It was really strange.
Families like 18 and over families,
or like with kids holding their hand.
It wasn't like the
like the fucking Brady Bunch or some shit.
Embarrassed. The parents were genuinely as excited as the teenage kid.
What the fuck? That is fucking weird. That is fucking weird.
Let's do this. Let's take the whole family to the.
You know what, Amy? I'm gonna get you to get your first penis. You're gonna get your first penis today. Yes, daughter. I think you should purchase that penis. You should get that penis, baby. That is fucking weird.
Yeah, quite a few. I found that really bizarre.
You know what? If I was you, I'd be like if I was you, I would have been bloody fucking scared. I would have been like, you're a fucking weird family. You're the fucking Manson family. You're fucking weird.
But at the same time, guys can sit there and take care of their business, and girls can't take care of their
business. No. I'm talking about as a family, like taking your daughter or your son to a penis show and buying your daughter a first fucking penis.
If they're 16.
And their dad, like, hey, I'm going to get you this penis, Molly. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
If they're 16, I can understand that.
That's fucking weird. I don't care if I'm